Morning, everyone. Bill Hurtado with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. It's a windy morning here. Temperature's nice though. Today, it's my privilege to show you my latest trade-in. I took this in just last week. This is a 2021 Entegra Accolade. Now, this Super C, I'm going to point out some features about a Super C that differ from, say, a Class A or a regular Class C. Entegra is a model built by Jayco. It's their upper end unit right here. And there's a lot of nice features on this unit. I'm going to go through a few of them here and explain what we're looking at. So obviously, as you can see, we've got full body paint package on this. Very attractive looking. This Super C has the side camera package, and also something that I've seen is kind of exclusive to Jayco and Thor products is the one-piece fiberglass overhead front cap up here. That's seamless, so no worries about intrusion of water or air leaks or anything else up there. They did a really nice job with that big, thick, heavy mold of that fiberglass right there. This particular one also has the Alcoa aluminum wheels. Very nice looking. I want to talk about the S2 RV chassis by Freightliner. And there's a couple of things I want to point out on each side of this, primarily on the other side, and from inside, why the S2 RV is really an exceptionally well-built chassis, strictly for the RV industry. We're going to talk about that as we work our way around here. The S2 RV chassis comes in a few different configurations for engine size. This particular one has the largest engine. It's the Cummins 6.7 liter diesel, 800 pound-feet of torque, 360 horsepower. Now, some of you may think, oh, 360, gee, that's a small engine. Well, it's really not. One of the reasons Super Cs have incredible tow ratings, coincidentally, this is 12,000 pounds on this one. As many of you know, many of your Class A's are going to be 10,000 pounds. But one of the big reasons here is because of the front engine, we don't succumb to heat buildup like a pusher does, especially towing say a stacker trailer or a flat nose trailer up in the front. It doesn't get the airflow there, so they have to detune or derate the tow rating on that. That's not the case with the Super C here. With that engine up front, it always stays nice and cool. And as most of you know, heat is the #1 killer of a diesel engine. So this is probably going to outlive all of us. Everybody that's watching this, we're going to be gone. This thing's still going to be rolling down the road, working well. Okay, so some facts about this particular Accolade by Entegra. We do have the outdoor entertainment system out here with outdoor speakers and radio built in here, which you don't see on very many units right now. So you can play music or television out here, and either one's going to play through the speakers. Another nice feature on this is our 3 compartment doors that we're looking at right here have a full pass-through arrangement, so you can put some exceptionally long items in here this direction. Also, we've got the pass-through over to the other side inside there. And while you're kind of looking at that, you'll see to the very front we've got the Dirt Devil. That's the central vac system for this unit. Very easy to change out and clean right there. This panel's closed off because we have holding tanks up inside this section. If for any reason those ever have to be changed, it's very easy. You pull this panel, those tanks will slide out this way. All right, moving along here. This does have the Michelin tires on it. I didn't write it down, but I believe this unit has 8395 is the miles. I just remembered 8395. So those are some fresh tires with 2020 date codes on this 2021 unit. Again, those are going to last a lot of years upcoming. Again, many of you know, those of you that watch my videos regularly, I tend to get a bit redundant with this stuff, but I like to throw in a little something. When you're looking at any RV and you walk up to it and you see the one latch that doesn't have a lock on it, you know that's the propane compartment. In the event of an emergency, anybody has to be able to run up and open up a compartment door to turn the propane off. So just a little FYI for you. This 24.5 gallon LP fuel tank right here, very good size, nice and big, great for long stays. Back here, versus what we saw in the front, up in the front we had the ozite lining inside the compartments right there. Back here, this is a rotocast. So this rotocast, by definition, you know, basically means one piece. So that will hold 400 pounds of anything you want to put back here. And same thing back here, they had a little extra space, so they gave it to you. All right. So this class 4 hitch, do you remember what I told you on the tow rating? Yes, 12,000 pounds, very good. Already has the 7-way plug built in down there, so you can always adapt down from that to anything you want to tow back here. All LED lighting inside and out. Most LED lights have a 50,000 hour lifespan. So again, imagine they're probably going to outlive us. All right, 10-gallon gas electric water heater. And this particular unit's been upgraded from the 6,000 watt generator to the 8,000 watt. The nice thing about that is you can have a 15K air, a 13.5 air, and the convection microwave oven, all three running at the same time on the 8,000 right here. So that's a big plus. You don't have to turn one thing off to turn another thing on. Okay, the wet bay over here. Oh, real quick, 100-gallon fuel tank. The wet bay over here. So this is where we're gonna hook up to sewer, water. You have a manifold system on here. The manifold system is one of my very favorites that's been introduced to the RV industry, oh, some 15, 20 years ago, somewhere in there. Depending on what operation you want to do, it's very easy to follow the color-coded valves and read what you want to do and turn them into the corresponding position right there. Whether you're going to sanitize your system, winterize it, if you're hooked up to city water, or if you're out dry camping, and if you want to power fill your water tank, you can do it all right here. We also have hot and cold running water outside. That comes off of this blue curly Q hose right here, which has some antifreeze dripping. And then we've got the black tank flush out. And this particular unit has the macerator pump. Now, this right here, I know this looks bigger. It's called a 1-inch hose, just because it has the covering over the top of it right there. But this will, if you adapt to it with more garden hose, because that's the fitting size, you can go out 100 feet. You can pump 100 feet away with this. Macerators are very sanitary, very easy to use just by turning a switch on. And it'll even pump up to a second floor window. Why you would want to, I don't know, but it can do it. So that's kind of nice. If for any reason you choose not to use the macerator pump, you can still use your gravity to dump your tanks. So the macerator is really nice for all the reasons I just mentioned. But one important thing is, just about any owner's manual is going to recommend that you use RV toilet paper, because it's very thin and biodegradable. It breaks down really fast, doesn't clog a system up. With a macerator, you don't have to do that. You can use your Charmin or Northern, the stuff you like. Bring that with you. So that's a nice plus, because it's going to grind it up and pump it out. So very good addition to this unit. Okay, so over here Obviously you can see that we've got the chrome heat shield over the top of the exhaust, which comes out on this side. You don't want that on your patio side. And we're back to the ozite lined compartments over here. Your 50 amp cord reel will drop down through that black hatch, so this door can be closed when you're out camping. Aesthetically makes it look really nice. And that's on a power retract as well, so you're not fighting the thing to get it back up on that reel. Just like the other side, as you can see, this has a really long open storage setup. So whether it be skis or a gazebo or, well, you name it, some stuff is really long. This is going to work its way in there and store nicely. And then of course with the pass-through, you've got storage up over the top of this as well. All right, I think I missed one compartment here. What do we have here? We have our RV batteries on a slide tray. So very nice. Okay, back to the S2 RV chassis. Freightliner is a magnificent company. They build wonderful products, be it for a dump truck, fire truck, garbage truck, RV, over-the-road semi. They really know their stuff, and they're constantly making improvements and doing things that other chassis manufacturers just can't. So let's talk about the S2 RV chassis first of all, specifically built for an RV. And for a few reasons. One, right off the bat, is that's a big windshield. That's 2,500 square inches of vision out of that windshield right there. Some people are torn between, do I get a Class C or do I get a Class A? There's advantages both ways. Well, let's talk about those for a sec. One of the big advantages to a Class C is having cab access. So you can get in and out of this thing very easy, be it driver's side or passenger side. Nice, easy step up into there. The other advantage, let's talk Class A for a sec. People love Class A's because you're sitting up high and you can see on down the road over that car in front of you. Well, obviously this solves that problem too. So there's a win and a win right there. Now, some of your Super Cs, they have got a nose that comes straight out and straight down. And what that does, having that corner way up here, is it gives you no ability to really know what your distance is out in the front right here. The S2 RV has a sloped nose, and we're going to look at that a little bit more when we go inside, and I'll be sitting in the driver's seat. You'll see, looking out, how that nose slopes down. I can see right to this point right here. Now I know I've got about 8 inches more from this point right here. So very easy to determine your nose, how far it's sticking out right there. Makes it a lot more comfortable to drive, knowing you can tell exactly where your front end ends, unlike the bigger versions. Okay, so let's go inside. Oh, hold on, one thing I forgot. I do want to point out, also on this S2 RV chassis, I went ahead and unhooked the little clamps on the sides, but this takes 13 pounds of pressure to open this hood. So anybody can do it. Very, very easy. From over here, if I had the wheel turned in to the right, I could actually step right into this area right here. But the intention by Freightliner was you can stand right here and you can see your coolant level over there without having to open anything up. You can also see your power steering level right here. Very easy to get to your oil dipstick and your transmission dipstick. So basically I don't have to climb in there and touch anything. Everything's very easy to access and see what's going on here. On the other side over here, very simple and easy to get to your windshield washer fluid. So they did a really nice job of making this user-friendly. Now it's time to close this thing up. It's got little shocks built in right there, so it's not going to go slamming down. Nice job. They did a nice job on that. Okay, so we're going to go inside and look at a couple of features that are exclusive to the Entegra Accolade right here. I've got all of the specs and everything here, but I'm just going to kind of shoot from the hip and let you know what I found in this thing that I really like. First thing you notice when you come in is it's a front kitchen arrangement. So your living room is really beyond this point right here. So you need to come in quick, you're cooking, you're in and out, dining, everything's up in the front right here, nice and easy. Huge refrigerator. I don't know, I think it's a 16 or an 18 cubic foot, but residential style. So whenever you get this, you know you're going to have the 2,000 watt inverter. So this will run 100% of the time. As we move back in this area right here, the TV is slightly angled towards the sofa and dinette for easy viewing. And then you've got your entertainment possibilities down here. That's called a video switching box, so you can watch something different, bedroom, living room, or outside. Your choice of what kind of source you want coming in. Fireplace with a remote control down below. This is a nice long sofa. So I think I would be very comfortable laying on this thing and stretching out. If you want to just come back and, you know, maybe take a little snooze while somebody else is driving, very easy to do. This being a bath and a half floor plan, you can always get to the half bath, you can always get to the fridge. Those are the two things that are really important in any RV. Not much to see in here, but let me step out of the way. So, ample room in there. That toilet sits back enough, your knees aren't going to be touching anywhere. And that is a porcelain toilet. There's a little cover over that air ducting down there that we still need to install. Like I say, we just got this thing in. Okay, pocket doors going into the bedroom and bathroom right here. Speaking of master bath, this is a nice setup. It's a one-piece fiberglass shower, and I'm 6 foot tall, so plenty of room up here for just about anybody. Again, porcelain toilet. And then we do have washer dryer hookups over here, or just huge linen closet, your choice. And lots of drawer storage, lots of overhead cabinet storage. Good setup, really good setup in this. So as we work our way back up towards the front, this particular one has the king bed option. Standard is a queen. And that's the best I could do on pillow arrangement. Sorry, that's not my thing. Has a 8-drawer dresser built in down below. Now obviously that's covered up when this slide comes in because of this recess. This mattress comes in underneath here. Hence the half bath. Not easily accessible to the main bath when you're in transit. So with this closed off, you can still access that half bath while you're rolling down the road. We've also got 2 enormous closets. Those are not only deep and tall, but very wide right here. So this is considered a small unit, believe it or not, at 37, almost 38 feet long. But it's got some big features on the inside, and I like that. There's your bedroom TV. We talked a little bit about the air conditioning. We've got a 15K up front, 13.5 in the back here. And let me squeeze by and go up towards the front here. I talked a little bit about the sofa, but Wanted you to know that there's 3 loungers built into this sofa, and the 2 on the outsides are power. The one in the center is manual. Okay, so nice setup. Huge drawers in the kitchen over here. I told you it did have the microwave convection oven. We've got the sleepability factor over here, single bed at the dinette. And this cabinet can be used different ways. Little more pantry storage for the kitchen. You can also do linens and food. You can even take this shelf out, put a bar in, and have more closet hanging space if you prefer. So you've got some options on there. Okay, like I spoke about outside, this S2 RV chassis is cool. It drives nice. It handles really well. Some of you that have watched my videos, you know, I've made mention to things like the upfit that Jayco does on their motorhomes prior to building the house on top of it. So that ride package that they use on standard Class Cs comprises of 5 things. Well, there's 5 things on this that they do as well. This is called Easy Drive. And what Jayco does on this, some of these things are the same, but a little bit different on a Super C. They do take the drive shafts out, computer balance those, and reinstall them. They add rear air suspension to this one as well. So when you were looking under the hood, you probably noticed the leaf springs up front, but it does have the air ride suspension in the rear. They install a heavy-duty stabilizer bar. In fact, now this is a 21 model. Freightliner actually put the heavy-duty stabilizer bar on this one. This also is equipped with full air brakes all the way around. And I noticed driving this thing over here that they're a little touchy, you know, so you don't have to put a lot of pressure on those. This thing will stop on a dime. Again, just takes a little getting used to. The last thing they do is they take off the standard or stock shocks and they put on the heavy-duty SACS shocks, S-A-C-H-S, SACS shocks. So that makes it just, again, handle really nice. Those SACS shocks are progressive to where they don't get a lot of, say the wind hits, a gust of wind hits this thing, it's not going to list over very far. It's going to hold itself nice and firm. But on normal driving, it gives you a nice soft ride. So those are some big pluses. All right, that's my little cheat sheet on the Easy Drive. So, like I mentioned earlier, on the S2 RV chassis by Freightliner, as you can see, very easy entry getting in here. But I want you to look at where I'm sitting. Maybe get the camera right there and you can see how the sloped nose on this thing, like I said, there's the handle right there to pull the hood open. And I know I've got 8 inches forward of that. Who knows what you've got on a squared off one right there. There can be other apparatus out there. There can be a brush guard. It's hard to gauge what the distance is out front. This is very easy. And it's also a little bit easier on people mentally. Looking at that thing down there, I feel like I'm driving a van, basically. So very easy to drive, very good visibility with that 2,500 square inches of view out here. We're sitting up high. We're looking over the car in front of us on down the highway so we can see anything that's going on down there earlier than later. Cab access, like a Class C. So very easy in and out. You don't have to always go out through that side door over there. Okay, now just a couple other little features that are on this thing. Pretty much the same as all Super Cs. We do have the nav built in, the backup cameras, I don't have the key on, but The side cameras show up over here when you change lanes or just choose to look down that side. We've got the automatic leveling system on this thing. And because of the full air brakes, we've got the air park brake right here. 84.19. It was 83.95 last time I checked it. So, all right. So I can see I'm a little bit low on def right here. But again, the gauges are super easy to see. And for different people, we've got a pedal we push right here, and that'll give us the tilt and telescope to set up wherever we want. Cruise control over here. Another maybe a little FYI for some of you who don't know, but on a gas engine unit or car, the cruise control is determined by the speed of the vehicle. So it tries to hold that speed. On a diesel, it actually is consistent with the RPMs of the engine, and hence it still keeps the speed that you want right there. But it's different on a diesel. Is it better? Yeah, it is. Because on this particular one, remember we've got our air suspension. Since we have full air brakes on this, we have air tanks. Those need to be built up after they're dumped to run the jacks, or if it's been sitting for a long time, it needs to idle for a while to raise those up. What's beautiful about the cruise control settings on a diesel is you can actually accelerate up, bring your RPMs up to, let's just say, 1400 or something. And then you can set your cruise control, and it's going to hold that there because it works off of RPMs, not speed going down the road. So that's the difference. So there's going to be a test later. So everybody try and remember that. Okay, last but not least, this has a wonderful front overhead. There is a ladder. Once this flips over, the ladder makes easy access up here. There's a shade, power shade that draws up and down to close that off. And I don't have the lights on up here right now, but it's really nice. Be it between the window or the lighting right here, it's a great little, let's say this is a kid's room. They close off, they have their privacy right there. They've got their USB and AC outlets over there. Did want to make mention to something. Earlier today, I decided to watch a video that somebody else had done on a 21 Accolade 37K. And one of their beefs with the whole thing, the cons, if you will, is that they couldn't find any outlets alongside the master bed back there. Well, what are we going to do? We have a CPAP, or we want to charge our phones, or okay, well, they're there. They just didn't see them. They're actually on the bed base, not on the cabinets on the sides. So I wanted to point that out because some of you are going to watch that video and then mine, or vice versa. So that's good. All right. I think you got a pretty good look at this thing. I took the liberty of printing out the full color brochure on the Accolade right here, and I have all the specs. Like I say, most of them I did by memory right here. I'm happy to send any of this stuff to you in a digital format via email. Just contact me and I will be happy to do so. So, Bill Hurtado with Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Give me a call, give me a text, send me a smoke signal, send me an email, whatever it takes. I'd love to hear from you. You can call me direct to my office if you're lucky enough to catch me sitting there at 303-684-3441. My cell, which is over on my golf cart right now, so it won't ring in my pocket, is always a good way to text or call directly to me at 714-809-4813. And I check my email at least 20 times a day. So that's a good resource for you as well. So bill.hurtado@transwest.com. Most of all, thank you for taking the time to watch this. Sorry if I rambled a bit too much, but there's a lot to talk about on this. This is a great Super C at an affordable price. And if you'd like to know more about that, this is how you do it. Okay? Signing off. Thanks very much for joining me today.